Hi, it's March 2025. Um, Welcome everyone who is live at the meeting, and welcome everyone who's going to be listening to it in the future from the recording. We're going to talk about the future of you, financially. I think everyone would love to have more money and would love to work less, or not to do things that they don't want to do. Have the money to pay to get the things done around the house, and get better life. And we're going to talk about financial freedom from a point of view that I am not that experienced with. So I'm just going to talk to you about the opportunity that I know. And all of us have to do, all of us have to do individual research to make a decision if this is something for you or not. The one thing that is certain is everything will change. Whatever we do so far, it's our job, it's our life, it's our opportunities, it's going to change. We don't know how, we don't know when, but it's good to have your eyes open and see what opportunities lies ahead. Now, this is not a financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so everyone have to do their own due diligence. If you think about our life from how we grow up, I think it's for you and for me the same story. We were taught to save money. So we had two things that we are aware of in the matter of money. First one, it was we have to work to earn it, and it could be a job or a business, or we need to save for the rainy days. And this is how my family was teaching me. There was not much talking about any type of investment. It was different times on the other hand, but just looking at your life and at your family, at your advice that you got at home and in school, how many people were talking to you about investments? Sometimes we use that word, but we really don't understand how the investments work and how to participate in it and how the money is made and how people get really rich by owning assets. And when we're looking in the future to in our life, what we want to accomplish this year and 5 years and 10 years, what financial situation we will wish for ourselves. Okay, and we all have a starting position. We have certain amount of money today, we have education, we have certain amount of time. The question is what we're going to do with it. Are we going to be open and learning new things, or we're going to stuck with what we know, we understand, and we're going to do what we do. We're going to be what we are, or we're going to change and we're going to look into the future with the new opportunities. Um, the first part is just think about it. If you double your investment every year, whatever it is, okay? It seems like it's not a lot, but look at those two scenarios that are shown over here. The first scenario is for somebody who doesn't have much. We'll start with $1. And somebody will say, that's stupid. I mean, what kind of investment is $1? Well, it's a learning process. Maybe somebody have more money, but the bottom line is, if you don't know how to double the money in a year or in half a year or whatever, how you expect to become wealthy? So so in the first 10 years, you're gonna make 10 times as much, but you're not gonna be very far ahead. A lot of us can start right from scratch from $1,000 or $2,000 or $4,000. The challenge is most of us can start with that higher investment, but we still have no knowledge how to double it every year. It's two different things. The one thing is having the money to start, and the other thing is understanding how to double it every year. And what we're going to talk about today is how to double your money every year. Well, if you want to double your money, you have to be in a market that has that potential. And right now, if you do your research and you compare different markets, and this is a health market and real estate market and cars or passenger vehicle market and AI markets, and you see how those lines stack up till for the next 10 years. And let's compare it to what I'm going to be talking about is digital economy from a point of view of a blockchain adoption. And we are right now in a 2025. We're not in the beginning, but we are still in a good place. And look at the how much potential this market has. And it's not only uh, just blockchain. There's a lot of things around blockchain, like Metaverse and all kinds of things that are predicted to grow very fast. And this is what opportunity I'm going to be talking about today. So this is the landscape on which we're going to lay our foundation for the next 10, 15 years of investments. Why? Because this is important that we don't have, probably most of us don't have another 40, 50 years to become wealthy. And then even if we do, what good is it? We like to do it within, I don't know, 5, 7, 10 years, you know, and this is a good market to get started with. So this is like a good field to know, to understand, to learn, and to benefit from. What is the financial freedom within this market? Those are digital assets. This is a new class of things that we own and that grow in value. So this is like if you talk about assets, it could be gold, it could be real estate, it could be coins, it could be different things. There are assets that we own, and as the inflation goes up, the asset prices go up. So this way, people that are rich and they have a lot of assets, they don't need to spend their money. They become wealthier and wealthier. And people that are poor, that have to buy groceries, that have to pay the rent, that have to pay for gasoline, they don't have money, they don't have assets, and they always just work and work and work and work, and they really don't grow any value to themselves that they can benefit from. So cryptocurrencies, tokens, meme coins, NFTs, they're different things. And those are all like buzzwords. I'm not going to try to explain to you what they are. This is the time for you to research all those words. You could, if you record it, if you watch this recorded, just see what they are. See what you're going to find in the Google. See what you're going to learn about it, what it is. So the bottom line is digital assets is a new class of assets that anybody in the world can own just by having an access to an internet. And since you are watching this, there's a good chance that you do. Now, if you want to make money in any field, we all gonna agree. So the earlier you start, the better. It's way better to buy a Bitcoin for $1 than buy a Bitcoin for $100,000. It's way better to buy a real estate, in the transformation era in Poland. It's the earlier it's better. And we are investing in the projects that are in early stages. That means they have a best possibility to grow, maybe 100 times, maybe 1,000 times. All of them? No. Some of them will fail. Some of them will lose the money. But we're going to diversify enough so we're going to find the good projects, and some of them will do the 100x or 1,000x. And this is our goal within that project. How to get started? No, the first thing, you have to be able to connect to digital space. And just like you have a browser to connect to the internet, the same way you need a wallet to connect to digital assets. It's a similar idea, it's just a different animal, I would say. So what you need to do, you need to install on your phone or on your computer or both something that is called a wallet. We promote MetaMask wallet. It's a free wallet. It's not the only good wallet. It's just the one that we have more experience with. And that's your gateway. That's your system that you can connect with the blockchain. You can connect and own your own digital assets because you do have the wallet. Okay, it takes 15-20 minutes to get it done, so it's not a big job. But the thing is, you have to make a step in that direction. And when you have the wallet, the second thing is you have to register on an exchange, which is called a centralized exchange, which you can exchange your hard-earned money to digital currencies, digital assets. You can quote unquote buy your first digital assets. It could be stable coin, it could be something else, but the bottom line is this is the first experience with this type of investment, this type of thinking of the new era of transformation in settlement, in exchange, in payments, and everything else. So is this difficult? No, it's the opening up a wallet. It's like pretty much any other application that you have, and registering on the exchange is pretty much like having your application in your bank that you use right now. As a concept, the idea of investing together, it's not a new thing. Okay, people for many years invested together. They were more or less formalized. People make all kinds of entities to invest together, and so that's nothing new about that. Usually they invest together in one particular project. Now, if they want to invest in many different projects, those are different creatures. Those are creatures of investment funds that you are part of the fund that invest in a different projects. And it's if the fund is geared or it's dedicated to invest in new projects, a lot of times it's called venture capital investment. Why? Because this is something that is more risky, but it's have a better possibility of earning more money. So we are a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. So we are an investment fund, which is built and done from a technical point of view on the blockchain. We own this project by owning our tokens. So any token is the part ownership of the project. We don't have a headquarters. We are not aligned with any country. We're just on a blockchain, just like a Bitcoin is. We manage every decision by voting. And we have about 34,000 wallets that are connected. Why wallets, not people? Because we are anonymous organization. That means it's not people participating in it. It's the wallets that people own that are participating with that project. Okay, and because this is on a blockchain, everything is transparent, so you can see any data that you are capable of finding from a point of view of your knowledge and understanding of blockchain. But there is a statistics page within our project that will translate the blockchain data into something that most of us can easily understand. The biggest risk in about any of the projects from a point of view of blockchain is the security, because a lot of projects were hacked. A lot of projects were not designed for long term, and we decided in the beginning when the project started to spend quite a bit of money on having a good security check on the security of that project. And we are in the top 5 best projects in the world, top 5% best projects in the world, which is very good. We are in number about 300, depends on what type of uh, competition we are ranked in, but we're between 300 and 400 number of the projects in the world, which is maybe not the top 10 or not the top 100, but it's still a good project, and it's very, very secure project from a point of view of all the blockchains, thousands of projects. What's the base idea behind it? Because the main thing that people need to kind of start with is understanding behind the idea. Well, on one side, we have a treasury. Well, all of us kind of understand what treasury is. It's like a vault with something in it that have a value. Okay. So this is a digital vault, and there are digital assets in it that have value, that market can price those assets at certain value. So this is our treasury value, okay? And we have a treasury value today of about $8 million. Is it big or not? I'm not here to judge it if this is a lot or not a lot. I mean, for me personally, it would be a lot. For a lot of people, $8 million is not that much. On the other hand, we have tokens. There are in some way uh, um, the proof of ownership in that value. So everybody who has a token, and we call it a stake token, I'm going to talk about it a little bit in a few minutes. If somebody, if the wallet have a stake tokens, that's mean their owner, that's a proof of ownership in that treasury. So we right now have about 43 million stake tokens, and all supply of the tokens ever in the future is going to be about 480 million. So we are at about 10% if we count it in a very simple way. So if the number of tokens going to grow and the treasury value won't, that means the token price will go down. If the tokens going to grow and the treasury value will grow, that means the tokens will stay at the price as it is, pretty much. If the treasury value will grow faster than the number of tokens, you can imagine then the token value will grow. So what we need to do is we need to have as many tokens as we can and pay for those tokens the least amount of the money that we pull out into the investment. So our goal is to get as many tokens as fast as we can and pay the least that we must. And there is an opportunity to pretty much almost the end of the March that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. But right now, the point is, as of today, this is how the system works, and this is how the system's supposed to work in the future. Now, if we're talking about the treasury value, those are our investment, the big time, the Angel Block, the Attractor, Sona Protocol, Evermoon, Sandbox, Forward, and whatever. Okay, and we have some Bitcoins, and we have some Solana. So we have different things in this treasury. Now, the part that is, I personally think the most complicated and the hardest to understand for the people, it's we understand that the tokens are the shares of the treasury. But what is the NFT? What is this strange things that we have with those pictures of different water animals? Well, this is like the software that you purchase, and this software do things for you as for your wallet. Okay. And this token, this software multiply the number of tokens that you purchased. So it does the job of making more tokens out of the tokens you have. It's your proof of ownership within the community, within the DAO. It gives you a right to vote. It gives you an opportunity to earn the commissions that are within the system. Okay. Now, and there are going to be more and more functions within that NFT as the times go by, because this is the goal of the system. And there is 10 different NFTs, 10 different pictures, like covers of the software, and they're different prices from $100 to $100,000. So for people with a little money, there is an opportunity to start and learn the system. Like I said in the beginning, you start with what you have. You don't wait till you have enough. You start with what you have, and then as you learn, you multiply your money and you invest more money because you're more aware of the benefits of the investment. So for some people, risking $100,000 is not a big deal. For some people, this is something they cannot imagine. But most of the people we know can invest 100 or 500 or $1,000 to learn how the investment works and benefit from this particular investment. Okay. Now, the strategy in a whole system is to get a proper number of tokens and a proper NFT within the budget of the person that is getting started. Well, we didn't know that in the beginning, or we did know, but we didn't understand the message. So, from my point of view, anybody who want to start within that project have to decide what the risk they're going to take and split that risk in three parts. A first part is an NFT, second are the tokens, and the third is some value that they will have for different things that are opportunities on the way. Because MetFi from the beginning have different opportunities. And those are like the black swans. We don't know what the next opportunity going to be, but there's going to be next opportunity, and you don't want to be caught without the $100 if the opportunity arises and you say, wow, this is great, but I don't have $100. Okay. So you really, you need to have them in the crypto space, but you need to have them ready for any type of, let's call it a speculation, so you can make money right off the bat. Now, within the MetFi, there's a different things that are going on. We have the Marine Moguls, which is something really new on a digital space. It's called ERC 404. This is a protocol, and this is like the puzzles. If you have all the puzzles, you have the picture. If you take one puzzle out, you just have a lot of puzzles. So this is a digital puzzle type of a form of play or investment, whatever. We have the MetaBot, which is something that we kind of look like at the ghost, because it's one of the things that is different from any other things that we have in MetFi. Everything else was done on time. The only thing that is the challenge so far is MetBot. Why is that? Well, there's a lot of projects similar to it, and none of them worked well enough to really make a big money for the people that use it. So we want to have a good MetBot, digital AI investment bot, but unfortunately, not yet. We're waiting to get it done. Now, what's unique about MetFi? Well, we want to grow a community, and we want to grow a community that is a part investor within the system, and we want the community to grow and give an incentive for people that run meetings, record meetings, do things that makes the community grow. And and everybody has the same opportunity being a passive or active investor from a point of view of the NFTs and the multiplication of the tokens. But some people, about 10% of the community, is doing something more. They are investing their time to promote the project because they expect to get additional commission from it. And this commission, it's the opportunity for them to have the cash that they don't have for the investment. So a lot of people don't have enough money, but they have some ability to talk to other people and grow the community, and they get paid for it from a point of view of the system. And there is a commission based on the value of each NFT. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it to explain how it works. And it's a 5% commission. Let's make it short and sweet. So as you can see, the number of different NFTs, the higher it goes, the less NFTs are, because they're more expensive and less people can afford them. So as you progress within the system, you start from the bottom, and depends on your financial situation and understanding of the project. You make decisions step by step to upgrade your NFT, and hopefully the people that are really committed, we all gonna be some days on a humbug level. Now, the community, it's people. So the wallets are the partners within the system, but the people are behind the wallets. And we, right from the beginning, the project started in May 2022. In November, we decided to meet. We met in South Africa. We had a good time. We watched the real whales. We went to a safari park, had a glass of wine, and we just had the good times and meet the people that were kind of inventors of the system, because we got a digital space, but we have to make it work. And those are the people that got started and made it work from a point of view of getting it started. And there were two people from Poland, and we are very proud of it, but they're people from different parts of the world. Then we met in Poland within our community. And then we went to Thailand. As you can see, there's more of us. And there was a big group from Italy at the time. And then we went to Dubai, and that was a funny story, because in Thailand we didn't have the people from Thailand, but in Dubai we had a lot of people from Thailand. The Dubai was the first official trip. That's mean it was the first Ocean Summit organized by the whole community. The first 2, 3, 4 events that we did, they were organized by different kind of groups. They were grassroots type of thing. But the Dubai was the first one that was organized by the whole DAO, by the whole community as an event. And then we went to Turkey last year in May. We will see what's going to happen this year. Right now, there are no plans for next trip. Now, don't trust me. Research it. You know, the simplest thing to research is just to go to Google and to put MetFi DAO in the search engine and find out, you know, what the internet will tell you about MetFi DAO. You're gonna see, as you can see, a Globe newsletter, Yahoo Finance. You're gonna have crypto news. You're gonna have Medium. You're gonna have different sources. There are gonna be many pages of sources that are talking about MetFi DAO. Nothing is good for everybody, but you can research. You can find out, you know, if this is something worthwhile, if this is something legal and something with the opportunity. Forbes made a very good article when the MetFi DAO started, and it was not a sponsored article. There was just an article about something that was created at the time, And it called a very good opportunity to invest in Web3 based technologies because it's a DAO and because people that are within that DAO make decisions within that system. So it's not something that we are made to do. We are doing it because we want to. Okay. And our goal is to give opportunity to people to learn. That's the first thing. To give them a hand with getting started. Uh, maybe you were first time hearing about the wallet, digital wallet. Maybe you first time heard what's NFT, what's a token, what's whatever. But we all heard it first time at one point or the other. And we are right now a community that kind of give a hand to another person, to a new person, to give them an access to this space, explain and help them get started with this. Now, we have a new function from January 2025, which is a payment for people that are within the system. Depends on the number of tokens they have. They can get the things that get the quote unquote money from the system because they're part owner of the business, so they can get the privileges of income. Now, when I started, and I said earlier, right now this is a additionally unique opportunity. This opportunity is because of the decisions that DAO made, buying the early investors, and we paid for their tokens at that price. And right now, people that are within the system have opportunity to get those tokens. There are restrictions how many tokens on each NFT somebody can get. And there's a restrictions how they're going to be distributed. It's after 180 days, and it's going to be 10 different week within um, uh, 10, 10 times every month. They're going to be 1/10 of those tokens that are purchased, distributed. But the bottom line is, this is a very good opportunity for the person that is getting started right now. Why? Because they will have more advantage getting a cheap tokens that possibly a person starting in April will not have that opportunity. I'm not saying again. I'm not telling somebody how much money they're going to make and how much those tokens going to cost. I don't know. But compared to the price of the token right now at about 40 cents a token, purchasing those tokens at 6 cents a token seems like a very, very attractive deal. Now, this is something that I would recommend to anyone who is listening to that presentation, watching this presentation. First, talk to the person who invited you here, and don't worry about the questions you're going to ask if they're stupid or not. There are no stupid questions. We all are learning as we go. And if the person have the answer, super. If they don't have the answer, they will find the answer. Altogether, we're going to find the answer to your question, because that's an opportunity that we want to understand the best we can. You can check the official website, which is a MetFi IO. You can, if you're Polish speaking, and obviously if you are at this meeting or you're watching this, probably you rather something in English. But if you're a Polish speaking person, you have a metfi.pl website that is explaining this in Polish. There are probably websites in different languages too. We have a support information, and we have the statistics of the MetFi, and then you can search in Google and find out, what the market says about this particular project. What I like to recommend to anyone, I looked at this project in early stage in June 2022. I didn't understand nothing. This was not my space of expertise. At the time, I was not capable of doing any type of presentation. I was not doing presentations in the beginning because I was not only not feeling comfortable with it, but I didn't understand what I signed up in. And it took some time. It took some discussions. It took the trips, talking to people and verifying a lot of information to kind of feel confident to tell other people about it. With any investment, if you check the Webster dictionary or you check whatever, Wikipedia, and you check what's the investment is, it's taking a risk of losing what you have and hoping that you're going to get a gains because you invested. So it's always a risk. That's the main part about the investment. But if you don't take the risk, you will have no chance, no opportunity to advance financially in this space. And for all of us, learning about the investment from the money that we do have and risking some of it, it's the only way to get ahead. So I wish you all the best. And in blockchain we trust, in MetFi we trust. Thank you and good night.